When it comes to the overall specs, however, sorry, that's me. Honey, I'm in a video right now. Hi, we're Moon Audio. We like music. Do you like music? If you want to keep up to date on all of our latest audiophile reviews and videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Every week we give you the latest information on all the best music gear right here at Moon Audio. So this week we're going to take a look at, I dare say it, the best DAP or music player you can get at $2,000. Yeah, it's a lot of money, but not nearly as much as you could pay for something with this kind of performance and sound. Cayenne makes some pretty high-end music players. I had the pleasure of reviewing their flagship, the N8 Mark II, so if you want to know what is quite possibly one of, if not the best sounding flagship DAPs on the market, check out that review. But enough of that, let's get right over to the N7, their next best high-res music player in the lineup. Because, let's face it, not everyone is going to cash out over $3,500 on a beefy iPod. I get it. The N7 is a touch more affordable for you audiophiles out there looking for premium sound in an equally premium format. Delivering solid performance, a discrete 1-bit DSD DAC, and plenty of power, the N7 might be the best new DAP to beat in this price range. So, let's take a closer look. Cayenne makes some of the best sounding DAP music players on the market. I'll just go ahead and be upfront about that. That being said, you shouldn't expect the build quality of the N7 to be anything short of top tier, and it is. The chassis is a solid brick of CNC aluminum that's just a slight bit slimmer than the N8 Mark II design. I don't know, they could be the exact same. Cayenne opted to go with more rounded edges in the design than their flagship, and the smooth edges with gold accents looks absolutely stunning. Cayenne uses a fully discrete and fully balanced design for the N7 music player. It's more difficult to engineer this kind of design, but it allows for more room to fine-tune the sound signature and tonal control. Cayenne also put a double-sided PCB layout in the N7, which minimizes interference and maintains the layout and length of the signal path as uniform as possible. On the top of the music player, you'll find the flashy gold volume knob. The knob has a nice design which provides some great texture, and although the volume adjustment isn't as clicky as some other manufacturers, there is some resistance to give you a tactile experience while adjusting to your desired volume level. Can you hear that? Okay, cool, nice. The volume control on the N7 is 4-channel JRC electronic. On the right side of the DAP are the power button, the track skip, and play pause buttons. On the left side is the micro SD card slot for expandable external storage. And on the bottom are your jacks, featuring a 3.5mm single-ended and 4.4mm balanced headphone outputs, as well as 3.5 single-ended and 4.4mm balanced line and pre outputs. You also have the I2S, USB, and coaxial ports below as well. See the faces? They're little tiny faces. That's cool. The N7 features a 5-inch TFT Full HD touchscreen that is snappy and responsive. Running Android 12 DTA, the OS is your typical Android open source fun. As always, we recommend only downloading and installing APK packages from reputable sources like apkpure.org or somewhere if you don't want to go through the Google Play Store. The N7 looks and feels very much like a flagship level DAP from any other manufacturer, with top-notch engineering, quality materials, and great I/O. Cayenne hardly leaves anything out, so how does it sound? Pretty darn good. For my testing setup, I paired the Cayenne N7 DAP with the Meze Lyric headphone and a Black Dragon premium cable for the Meze Lyric. I also use the Focal Stelia headphones with the Black Dragon premium cable for the Focal Stelia. The N7 sports a pure 1-bit DSD DAC, which converts the digital signal to an analog signal by sending it through a resistor network. Essentially, each bit of the sample is converted into its analog weight, rather than all of the bits being converted in parallel. It's just a different way of doing things. The result is impressive though, and the N7 sounds rich and smooth with just about everything I threw at it. I'd say it's a great match for those who love a more musical presentation. However, there is still a good amount of detail on the upper mids and highs. It's not as nearly analytical sounding as an Stellan Kern player, so if you like hyper detail and top-end clarity, then I would recommend pairing the N7 with a more analytical headphone to help balance out the natural warmth of the DAP. The N7 has plenty of power for most headphones, portable and full size. I didn't have any issues with the Meze Lyric or the Focal Stelia during my testing, and IEMs will also pair very well. The N7 sounds especially great with genres like jazz, R&B, blues, and folk, providing some excellent slap and bass response. Stringed instruments sound natural and resonant. Classic rock sounds nice and chunky. Guitars and vocals have weight, and the music player has plenty of natural soundstage to allow the performance to come to life inside your ears. There's a little band playing in your ear canals. So I paired the N7 with both Black Dragon premium cables for the Focal Stelia and the Meze Lyric during my listening sessions. It just provided a little more body and depth to the sound. Combined with the natural warmth of the N7 DAP, you could easily pair your cans with a Silver Dragon if you lean more to an analytical listening style, as the silver conductors will bring out more clarity and detail. Either way, both sounded great with the N7, but I just preferred the Black Dragons. After all, everyone hears differently. You'll find your typical plethora of portable features as on most apps here. Bluetooth 5.0 with LDAC and UAT high-res codecs, and AAC. The N7 has dual-band Wi-Fi with 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz channels. It's equipped with the Snapdragon 665, 4 GB RAM, and 64 gigs of internal storage. When it comes to the overall specs, however, I will say that I'm fairly disappointed that a $2,000 music player only comes equipped with 64 gigs of internal storage. I would think that at this price point that 256 would be standard. Heck, even the flagship N8 Mark II only has 128. When we're talking about high-resolution music players, that just doesn't afford the owner much room for large files. Of course, you can expand this with the micro SD slot for external storage, but I expect more storage when I'm cashing out this much money for a music player. The micro SD slot can support basically any card size your wallet can handle, since they're compatible with any card size across the board as long as it's from a reputable brand. The N7 also has dual amp classes, allowing you to switch between Class A and Class AB at the tap of a button. Quick lesson on amp class. Amp class is the least efficient design, but has the highest sound fidelity. Class AB has better power efficiency, but it adds more distortion into the signal. But it maintains sound quality, especially over Class B and D. I think the Class A adds a little more to the low end. Combined with the gain settings and EQ, you can get a lot of tonal variety out of this thing. A couple of things about the TrueLine outputs. Why have they added this? To not only be an amazing standalone player, but also an amazing source device to use with your home or desktop setup. You can also pair the N7 as an in-game source for the Cayenne C9 portable amp. If you're not familiar with the C9, hang in there as we plan to do a review of it utilizing the N7 and N8 as a source. These Cayenne DAPs paired with the C9 is truly some of the best sounding portable audio you can get in our opinion. Also, a quick note about the I2S digital output. Cayenne has designed the N7 and the N8 with an I2S port, providing the best possible digital output in a portable hi-fi music player like this. It also makes an amazing digital source device. These are fairly uncommon options on DAPs, so yet another premium feature setting Cayenne above the rest of the pack. The N7 is a premium music player that would easily pass as a flagship model from another manufacturer. Whereas it's not quite the level of Cayenne's own flagship, the N8 Mark II, you'll like the natural and smooth sounding audio circuit, and I find myself just really enjoying the overall presentation that the DAP provides. It pairs well with most genres, jazz, R&B, blues, and folk in particular, and at $2,000, it's a more affordable way to get a top-notch or premium listening experience. The I2S port is a huge plus if you're looking for that kind of system integration, because they aren't that common on portable listening devices. I think it's one of the best sounding DAPs at this price range, so if you're in the market for a new DAP, be sure to check out the N7 music player from Cayenne. We'll include a link in the description below to the full review of the N7. If you like this video, be sure to give a thumbs up and remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on our latest reviews and videos. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching.